so welcome to Authentic Sicily. I'm Chef Joe Simonera.
I'm Vincent Butta, and for the next 13 days, we're going to be exploring Sicily, a place that thousands and thousands of people have enjoyed throughout the world for great food, great history, and great ingredients. Joe, this episode focuses on the classic cuisine and wines of Western Sicily.
Vince, I can hardly wait.
You know all about the Arab influence of a lot of these products?
The spices, yeah, a lot of it was indigenous to this region, especially years ago.
We're going to explore the Planeta wineries, meet Francesca.
Oh, absolutely.
And we're going to go meet Jose at the Donna Fugata winery, great dessert wines.
And she's also quite a fabulous singer. I understand she's going to be singing a song to you, is that correct?
Yeah, I got a special treat. We're going to take a look at the markets in Palermo and see all the great things they have there. And you know, we're going to see how sea salt is made, how they cultivate it.
You know, that's going to be really interesting, Vince, because I bet a lot of people never knew where the salt really comes from.
And the prickly pear.
Which is native to Mexico, but was brought over by the Spaniards to Sicily.
That's another amazing fact about Sicily, so many great things. So stick around for the classic cuisines and wines of Western Sicily.
Looking forward to it.
Joe, we're continuing to explore the great foods of Western Sicily.
I hear you.
Have you know that fantastic salt we've been having, that rock salt?
Absolutely.
Probably the saltiest salt we've both ever tasted in our lives.
It was good.
This is where it comes from. This is where they cultivate it. This is where they mine it, I suppose. This is where they purify it.
Absolutely.
And they pull it out by hand.
And we're going to have a chance to see exactly how that's
It's
done.
amazing the process. Behind us are the pools where the salt is cultivated in and goes through until it becomes the rock salt that we're looking for. And we're going to meet Daniela now, who's going to give us a real tour and description of the salt cultivation process. So
well,
let's go meet her.
Let's go.
Yep. Daniela, Vincenzo.
Daniele.
Nice to see you.
Ciao, come stai?
Bene,
Tutto a posto?
grazie. Posto.
Bene, sono Giuseppe. So, queste le mare con sale, vero?
Queste sono le saline di Marsala.
All natural, 8-day process goes from high ground to lower ground, and that's how you develop the salt. Pretty neat if you think about it. Each stage has its own, area where they will cultivate and manifest the salt.
All right, well, Daniela, we can go up to the windmill.
Andiamo,
Okay,
andiamo.
Andiamo.
Wow. All right. Not something you see here every day.
So the windmill is on top of here, all the way up, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The windmill's on top of here. Real interesting concept because these two rocks right here will crush the salt crystals.
Hang on, I've got one.
Exactly. Perfect.
Oh my God! It's
like
heavy.
kryptonite.
It is heavy. These are the salt crystals. These things are huge.
They're definitely huge.
Put this on a couple 2 eggs over easy, and maybe too heavy. They break the yolk.
You know, it's a lot of this, whole rock salt is used a lot in getting the moisture out of chicken, rotisserie chicken. So there is a purpose of using it, but let's face it, most people use the table salt. Big crystals go into there. This gets turned. This gets turned like this. And then what happens is this whole windmill is turned. As you can see, this is actually turned a little bit.
I want to try some of this salt. I've had it,
Posso provare qualcosa? Provare sal?
Ah, sì.
Sì.
Dobbiamo andare
All
a
right, she said
degustare
it's
il
okay.
sale.
I think they got enough.
Let's go. I think this way, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ok,
Andiamo.
andiamo.
Joe, we've traveled all over Sicily. We've seen just
All over.
incredible foods, and the salt is this perfect example of how great things are here in Sicily.
Okay, so down the hatch, flor de sal with the regular sliced peach.
Okay. No?
Very weird.
All right, I'm gonna try this.
You got it?
Yeah, I've got one. I got my
I got a
big
big
arms
piece on
ready.
it, imagine that.
So it's been kind of soaking in
sitting
the
on
salt
it.
or sitting
Yeah.
on it in a sense.
You know, if you left it on there enough, it would dry. How about a little toasted bread, huh?
Salute.
Salute.
This is great.
Grazie, tante grazie for showing us around.
Tante grazie?
Tante grazie.
Tante
Many thanks,
grazie.
many thanks. Well, how about we head over to the next venture, Vince? I'm all salted out right now.
I'm good. Let's go. I'll follow you. We're in Sambuca de Sicilia at Planeta Winery.
That's right, Vince. Over 970 acres.
This is an amazing place. But you know what's really unusual about this particular winery? They have put wines, or Sicilian wines for that matter, on the map. They've brought in imported grapes like Chardonnay, and apparently the grapes have taken to the land so incredibly well that now they're all coming down here to make their wines. All of the wines coming out of France, the wines coming out of northern Italy, Tuscany, Umbria, etc. But let's take a walk. Let's go meet Francesca.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Francesca.
Hi.
It's wonderful to see you.
Nice.
Vincent Butta.
Ciao.
This is Joe Ciminelli.
Ciao, ciao, piacere,
Ciao,
come stai?
ciao. Bene.
So we're here at Planeta Wineries. This is Francesca, one of the owners. And we've heard so many great things about your wines. As a matter of fact, we heard that your wines have really put Sicilian wines on the national map.
Yes, we started in 1985 actually planting these vineyards here above the winery. Wow. And we started introducing some new varieties for Sicily, so international like Chardonnay, Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon.
Getting back to your heritage, though, this estate, from what I understand, dates back to your family in the 1600s.
Yep, that's right.
That is amazing.
It's a lot of time. Well, you know, if you haven't figured it out by now, you need some advice. Let me know. I might be able to.
1995 is when the wine really started, Joe. But the family having their heritage here,
it's amazing.
And if at that length of time is amazing. And I know it's on a lake. Is this a man-made lake? Is it a natural lake?
Man-made. It was man-made in the 50s in order to give water to all the land all around here.
Now we're going to go see how you make the wine and go to your winemaking facility. And then I think we'll take a sample of some of your wines up in the tasting room, right?
We'll taste.
Okay, so let's go over to the winemaking facilities and check it out.
Sounds good.
All right.
So our walk takes us here in the stainless steel tank room where wine is actually stored.
Here in this winery facility, we produce three types of wine, white wines, which are Chardonnay, Cometa, which is produced by Fiano variety, and Alastro, which is a blend of Chardonnay and Grecanico, which is a Sicilian variety.
So the grapes get brought to the crushing and it goes into these steel vaults or tanks.
Yeah.
Now, how long typically does that wine age for, and how do you check it to maintain the quality? How do you make sure that it didn't go rancid or whatnot?
Well, generally it depends on the type of wine, but generally it can stay, Alastro and Cometa, for example, which don't have any aging in oak, they would stay from the moment of their harvest, so we're talking, let's say, end of August, until April or May, April and May, when then it gets bottled. So
excellent.
So
it's interesting.
I'd like to see these oak barrels you keep referring to in
Yes.
the aging process. So
Let's
let's go
go
downstairs.
Let's go
This way?
see.
Do it.
Yeah.
This way.
All right.
This way.
So we're downstairs in the aging facility. We found our oak barrels.
You smell that, Vince?
Absolutely.
Intense aroma.
This is all Chardonnay, right?
It is all Chardonnay.
Okay.
Yes.
Incredible, you know, and like I told you in the past, you know, oak has been a favorite of mine. I really prefer wines that are in oak, and maybe I haven't found the right balance of stainless steel and everything else, but I've always felt that coming from a barrel, it had a great nose to it, it really has great flavor.
This has been fantastic.
I'm
right,
thirsty.
Joe? Yeah.
I'm thirsty.
Let's
and
try some of the wine.
Absolutely. How about trying a little bit of that?
I
Can we
think
do
we
that?
need to. Yes.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Let's go.
So we're now here to taste these wonderful wines that have been created. Started with Santa Cecilia right here. Unbelievable product, and you know, it's got great legs on it, as we would say.
Let's give it a
Shall
try.
we try?
Cheers, salud.
100 anni. Here's to my roast
Grazie.
next week.
Okay. I tell you,
That's nice.
the wines are just incredible.
That's really nice. The next one up is the Chardonnay.
This is the one we've been talking a lot about.
We've been
right?
talking about this one.
I was never crazy about whites, but this, you know, I've heard that this is really fantastic, this one.
You know,
Another winner.
I took a deep breath bringing that in. It was amazing. Great
Another
body.
winner. And the next one is Cometa, the one that we've really been talking a lot about, and I'm really curious to drink this one. What do you
This is produced by Fiano variety. Fiano is not a typical variety of Sicily, but it's typical of Campania, so
Sure.
near Naples, Avellino.
Well, let's have it. Cheers.
That's my favorite, by far.
Salute.
Salute.
Arrivederci.
Excellent, excellent. So from the wine to your table, let's head on to the next journey.
Joe, we are standing in literally the center of Sicily.
It is the center. You take a look around here.
We're going to visit two farms today, a prickly pear farm and a farm that produces this product,
Unleavened
right?
bread. Vince, you wouldn't believe that this bread is made without the use of any fresh yeast, any kind of yeast whatsoever.
That's amazing. We're going to discover the prickly pear, which is great for making marmalade and liqueurs and all kinds of different great toppings. And we're here with the entire family that's from both
salute.
farms. I was going to say hello. So Joe, let's go take a look at both farms, and we need to bring the family with us. Let's
Absolutely.
go. And we're here with Peppino Vincenzo.
Piacere, mio.
Piacere. Come stai?
Bene.
And Peppino makes a very unique flour out of wheat in the manufacturing of bread. Joe, why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Absolutely. We're talking about a unit here that's over 2,500 years old. Years ago, this is how the bread making all started. As you can see, this would turn this way and grind the wheat, and then you would get this type of flour.
I understand this is like one of the first machines ever made by man.
By man, exactly.
It utilizes, underneath here, there's a river. And there are paddles down there, and the river runs through, and the paddles spin the stone.
It's
and
totally
that
river
grinds down
dependent.
the wheat. Right,
Yeah.
that is truly amazing.
It really is. It's river dependent, and you know now we have technology with air mills and windmills and stuff like that. Here was all powered and still is by the river. Aiuta.
No, solo.
Hey,
Solo,
all right.
Forza,
Mascolo.
sotto.
Hey. Wow. So just give you an example of how it would turn with the water. Pretty amazing, isn't it?
Look how fast that is going. That is amazing.
Right in here. All right, now we're done, Vince. Breathe that in, and let's take a walk to the
Tutta
prickly
forza.
pear. Okay, come on, let's go.
Joe, this is where they grow the fico d'India.
Beautiful.
Do you know what that
Translated,
is?
a prickly pear.
Okay, perfect. We're with, come ti chiamo?
Rosolino,
Rosalino, who runs the farm here.
How many plants here? Quanto plante qua?
700 piante.
Oh, just over 700 plants.
Wow, that's amazing. You know, these
That's a lot.
originally came from Mexico. Rosalino, how long does it take before the plant is planted to getting fruit?
4 anni cominciano a produrre. Queste qua hanno 9 anni.
Okay, these plants are 9 years old here, but it takes 4 years after you plant it for it to have some crops.
Wow.
What you see there is the harvest that's getting ready to pick in August to September, and then for the rest of the year.
That's amazing.
Well, Vince, I'm really excited because what we're going to see is the finished product on the table, in dessert, into our bellies. You ready to go?
I hear they're very sweet, and I am ready to go.
Let's
do
check it out.
Joe, we've explored the prickly pears. And these are the products that come out of them, these great, great desserts.
Incredible,
and
Vince.
the marmalades here. So this is Marinella.
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 And Marinella is affiliated with the company. She's going to tell us a little bit about what these products are. So Joe, maybe you
Che
can help
cosa
us
è
here.
questa la torta?
Sono delle crostate fatte con la mermellata di fichi d'India.
This one is the regular marmalade. This one is the one with the figs.
Okay, so these are the marmalades here, right?
Yeah, these are two of the marmalades, and what they do is they make a pastry crust here, and then fill the marmalade right in there.
Fritticelli, sì.
Che cosa è questa?
Crostata di melone bianco.
What is that?
Wow! It's Crenshaw melon pie, this one. Vince, while
Wow,
we're
never
talking
heard of
about that, how about I pour a little bit of this prickly pear liqueur for the three of us?
Okay, salud.
Well, down the hatch. Salud.
Wow.
Woo!
That is
Bella.
very sweet, very tasty. It's got a nice
Very
kick
nice.
to it.
Vince, all prickly peared out?
I like how you say that, and yeah, it's been great. Actually, I can have prickly pears all night, and I'm going to have a little more of that liqueur.
Sounds good. Well,
Fantastic.
off to the next location. Thank you so much for having us here.
Grazie.
Piacere.
Grazie, Maria.
Ci vediamo.
Grazie,
Ciao.
grazie.
We're at the world famous Palermo markets, where we're going to see all kinds of incredible foods. But what are we going to see specifically here, Joe?
Absolutely. Well, we're going to see a lot of Arab-influenced foods here, Vince. And Arab foods, as you know, were one of the foods that were very indigenous to this region many years back. And they still have kept some things intact.
You know your stuff.
Well, I don't know, but
I'm
we're going to
impressed.
go inside and a little bit of what I know, and we're going to go inside and actually see more of what I don't know, visit some people, and find those foods that are indigenous to this cuisine.
Let's do it.
All right. So yeah, Vince, this eggplant is used for caponata. Questa per caponata, vero? Buono per
Caponata?
caponata.
Sì, per la caponata.
Oh, yeah, buono. And this one we're going to use for the pasta or parmigiana if you're back in America. But Vince, these are some of the foods, and of course, don't forget the lemons.
Now the citrus, I believe, is also Arab influence.
Lemons are very Arab influence. You'll find these trees all over Sicily. So Vince, why don't we take a move on where we can get some peace and quiet and enjoy some food.
Joe, we're here in the beautiful Sicilian town of Marsala.
And we are.
It's a beautiful beachfront town. We're
Wow.
visiting with the Donna Fugata winery and meeting the owner, Jose Rallo, and talking to them about their wines and the unique aspect of their product.
Absolutely. A couple of wines will be tasted today is Mille e una Notte, which is a fabulous wine really made with Nero d'Avola grapes, which is indigenous to the region. You'll see those grapes frequently used in other wineries and stuff, but it happens to be a staple here in Sicily.
You know what I found interesting also about doing some research here is there are a lot about history, literature, art, and music. With everything they do, how they create the wines and the labels and sort of the history, how everything's derived. And also the owner is quite an accomplished jazz singer.
Absolutely.
And when they do tastings, which is really cool, they match the wines with certain jazz songs, and it's a very, very interesting way of sort of getting inspired about the textures of the wine. So let's go meet Jose.
Let's go.
And take a look at what they have.
Excellent.
Thanks. It is cool.
It's a little chilly in here.
Hello.
Jose.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to see you. Thanks for
Piacere,
having us
sono
here.
Giuseppe. Ciao. Ciao, come
Benvenuto.
stai?
Vincenzo.
Vincenzo.
Well, you have an amazing facility here. We had a chance to walk around a little, but look at the
Wow.
amount of product you have. You produce a lot of wine, obviously.
Amazing.
We produce a lot of wine, maybe, but the world is so big and consumers are so many, and we want to satisfy
Right.
the top consumers in the world. Would you like to go downstairs among the barrels and we can speak about the wine and the food and everything?
I would
We'd
love
love
to
it.
hang out with the
Okay,
barrels.
perfect.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
I want you to taste the Mille e una Notte, listening to a very special jazz
Oh
ballad.
boy, what a treat. Look out.
And I'm sorry, Giuseppe, but this ballad is dedicated to Vincenzo.
Okay, that's okay.
Why?
Yes.
Because it's graying here
Yeah.
around the ear, starting having gray.
Oh, okay, so he needs all the help he
Hair.
can get. I got
She
you.
said I look like George Clooney off camera.
Something worth waiting for, something in with age, like a vintage wine, growing mellow and fine,
goodness.
as you let it reach the proper stage.
And is that song that you just sang on that CD?
Exactly,
What
number
number is that?
three.
Number
Number
three.
Number
Just make a note of that,
3.
okay? Because you
can
only got a
buy
little
on the
piece of it here.
website,
Oh, my goodness.
www.cdbaby.com.
We are full of surprises here today, folks.
Well, just say, I understand that we're going to have a wonderful tasting with some more wines upstairs as well.
Yes, always some more wine.
You want to move on from here? All
Only
right, all
because
right.
you're getting sick. I'm sitting here just as a third wheel. You know, I need to do something.
I'm okay with moving up here, but why don't you move on? And I'm going to continue to have a little more wine
Okay.
with Jose, and we'll taste some more wines upstairs. Joe?
All right, I'll see you
Have
later.
a good
then.
time.
Now, don't
We'll see
behave
you.
yourself,
Okay.
okay?
Bye.
All right.
Ciao, Bella. I'm staying.
Well, what we have here is some exciting foods to try along with wonderful wines, really, absolutely. The wine of choice to go with some of these foods is something called Chiaranda, which is
Yeah.
one of your favorite wines, I hear.
Of course, it is our top white wine made from Chardonnay grapes and Ansonica, a local grape.
Now, we have some fish here that's going to really go well with this, which is a swordfish and a tuna, which really marry perfectly with this wine.
Exactly, slightly smoked. And this aromatic wine goes very well with this long flavor of the smoked fish.
Something that I really like is this charcuterie board, which is almost like charcuterie and formaggio at the same time, cheese. We have our salami. Then, you know, one thing I like about this salami is called Sant'Angelo. Walking over here, tuppietto, which is a cow's milk. Well, one thing I like about this, Vince, is it's a soft cheese, as you can see,
yeah.
which is great for if you leave it out at room temperature, which is always the best. You could spread it on bread. So now we're walking over to dessert. Wonderful. Is this gelato?
Yes.
Wow.
Gelato,
Pistachio.
artisanal, pistachio, and this is peach and lemon.
Now, tell us about this product.
This product, Benrier, comes from a small volcanic island between Sicily and North Africa, and it's the fruit of a very windy, hot climate, and the grapes are very special. It's a kind of muscat grape, very aromatic. They can become very sweet during ripening, and they're going to be much more sweet because we dry these grapes. In the nose you find everything, the apricot, the peach, the dried fruit, the dried figs. Then you put in your mouth and you can chew. No? It's so
It is amazing.
intense, dense.
Yeah,
no?
wow.
It's dense, it's very, very long.
Apricot, the peach, and it's smooth as well. It's not
Yes,
overpowering.
and it remains in your mouth very long time, so it's a dessert itself.
Put a piece of the cantaloupe in there, babe. Right. Wow.
Good idea. Olha que coisa mais linda, mais cheia de graça. Ela menina que vem, que passa num doce balanço, caminho do mar.
Grazie.
Ciao.
Ciao. Joe, what a day, huh?
Great time, Vince. I am stuffed.
And we did so many things, I just don't remember everything. It was amazing, but the foods of Western Sicily was just a joy to experience.
It really
them.
was. You know, I'm Chef Joe Simonera.
And I'm Vincent Butta.
And remember, when you want authentic foods, come to Authentic Sicily.
See ya.